quick rollout for Titanic plane. So make sure to get to your side of their pod so you can shoot for speed. Then, as you're nearing the ground, shoot it so you gain some momentum. Then shoot the side of this rock here for more speed. Then as you swerve around, shoot this side of the cliff. And then use the bunny hop to maintain your health without risking, more damage. So this is a quick, fun rollout to do on Titanic planes. This will help you in competitive when trying to race your friend. Hopefully, this is some good advice. Alright, all jokes aside, here's the soldier. He's fast, he's strong, and he requires a bit of aim. Credit to the owner, or credit to the creator of this mod, Lemner, for making this mod, because it's been really fun playing Soldier in Risk of Rain 2. Alright, before we dive into playing Soldier, let's go over his loadout. His first loadout is his rocket launcher. Very, very, very standard. There's not really anything different. It has 4 rockets, it deals 600% of damage, and it's agile, meaning you can rocket jump. The next is the Beggar's Bazooka. Fire up to 3 rockets, each dealing up to 700% of damage, and deviating from your crosshair by a small amount. So this is opposite to the rocket launcher. You don't have your rockets loaded, so you're just gonna load in rockets one after another. It can cost you a lot of time trying to load into rockets. Usually how you use this in TF2 is that you load the rockets before you enter a fight, but here enemies spawn all around you, so you're probably gonna have rockets loaded all the time. And because you can only load up to 3 rockets, loading up more blows you up, essentially. But that's the fun part about this rocket. Ooh, Beggar's jumping is so fun in this game. Next up is the rocket jumper. Fire a rocket, dealing 0 damage to you and enemies. Do I really need to say any more? It deals 0 damage to you. This essentially turns the entire level into your own playground. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's not really viable, but, the shovel kind of compensates for your lack of damage. Next up is the Airstrike. Fire a rocket, dealing up to 400% damage. If rocket jumping, fire a rocket 60% faster. For every 8 kills, increase the maximum number of rockets by 1. In TF2, it usually takes only 1 kill. But since this is Risk of Rain 2, enemies spawn like no tomorrow, especially in the later levels, if you stack this thing up, it becomes such a rain of death. It's so fun, especially from the air. This is a shotgun. It's standard. Fire a shotgun for 9 times 60% damage. It's usually used as a backup, like any other shotgun, any other secondary in any game. Now the reserve shooter. Fire a shotgun for 9 times 50% damage. Deal mini crit if the target is a flying enemy. Ooh, this is good for any wisps or any brass contraptions. Those things are annoying as heck, especially if you miss your rocket launcher. It's always good to have a secondary that deals with these flying pests. Now the man treads. Passive, landing with enough vertical speed deals damage in a small radius. The epicenter deals 1500% to 4000% damage depending on your falling speed. Grants immunity to fall damage. As much as I praise the other shotguns, if you're a rocket jumping fanatic like me, dude, the fall damage in this game is insane. I would rather wear the man treads over any other shotgun. Because imagine playing loader, but you have fall damage enabled. It's not a good experience. It's not a fun time. Alright, I'm just gonna go over the Contra, the buff banner, and the battalion's backup really quick. You can read the details on screen or pause it whenever you want. Essentially, the Contra gives you a lot of lifesteal. It's good for healing. The buff banner is for damage, and the battalion's backup is for survivability. Depending on your playstyle, you guys can choose whichever you guys want. Alright. The base jumper. Deploy a parachute, greatly slowing your descent at the cost of lowered air control. I haven't personally used the base jumper, but if I wanted to stay in the air for longer periods of time, I would use the Milky Chrysalis. I know it takes away an equipment slot, but due to how the soldier works with the source engine and how movement in the air works for him, I personally believe that the Milky Chrysalis has an unintentional buff. Then we have the Disciplinary action. Swing your whip, dealing 200% damage. Hitting an ally grants you and them 30% increased attack speed, movement, and crit chance for 20 seconds, and it deals no damage to allies. Essentially, it's a boost for your allies. I'm assuming it's buffed here, because, just increased movement speed is not enough. Then we have the Half Satoichi. Overhealing. Swing your katana, dealing 300% damage. When hitting an enemy, heal for 15% of max health. Essentially, it's a way to get out leech health without having to worry about a counter. Overhealing means it will just give you a shield buff whenever you damage someone and you have full health. Then we have the Market Gardener. Swing your shovel, dealing 150% of damage. If rocket jumping, this instead deals 2,750% of damage and is a guaranteed critical strike. It's essentially a boss ender. Any kind of Beetle Queen or Stone Titans, Grove Tender, they all tremble under the might of that is the Market Gardener. So that begs the question, how do you really play Soldier? Well, you have two options. You can be on the ground, boots to the ground kind of soldier, sticking to the ground, making sure that, you can use your banners at the right time. Or you can become a speeding rocket of death. While this goes on, I'll voice my thoughts on my favorite go-to items. For common items, white items, Focus Crystal for more Market Garden damage and for more up-close battles. Early game medkits, essentially you're rocket jumping all the time. This will heal back your health, you just have to give it a second in air. If you're not like pogoing, this would be perfect. Lensmaker's Glasses. Crits? Even in TF2, crits are insane. Paul's go-to for more momentum, even in the air. It gives you greater momentum. Tougher Times, a chance to negate all damage from rocket jumping is so good for you. Topaz Rouge. Topaz Rouge for more health when you kill enemies and gives you, a buffer health for escaping with your life. Armor Piercing Rounds, 20% damage to more bosses. Added to your Market Gardener, do I really need to say more about that one? For green items, or for uncommon items, ATG missiles. For that chance of getting more damage. Harvester Scythe, for more health when you shoot. Kajaro's and Ronald's Van, essentially a boss ender if you use the shovel with this. Ukulele, if you're doing shouldering, if you're doing like only Market Gardener build, this is great for more AoE. Wax Coils is not that much of a necessity, but if you're on the ground, boots to the ground soldier, then yes, you need to jump over and over to keep up with the speed of an always rocket jumping soldier at least. Will-O-Wisp. Obviously whenever you kill an enemy it just explodes them. Infusion. Extra health for more health for rocket jumping. Old War Stealth Kit. So when you're really low, enemies will just stop shooting at you, giving you a chance to rocket jump away to get a better advantage. Any survivability is always nice on a soldier who rocket jumps all the time. And the best green item, the best uncommon item, is the Bandolier. I cannot tell you how much I am so frustrated whenever I blow my banners and it's 45 seconds and I pick up the Bandolier and then I can blow it again. It's a freaking 25% chance to drop whenever you kill an enemy. Why wouldn't you take this thing? It's so convenient, especially with such a powerful tool such as your banners. For legendary items, 57 Leaf Clover, do we need to say more? More lucky? Come on. Alien Head, for faster reloading of your rockets, faster banners, faster everything. Brilliant Behemoth is so good when it comes to dealing damage. It's such a good red item. Hard Light Afterburner, for more banners. Unstable Tesla Coil, you're always going to be near them all the time if you're using a Market Gardener. Why wouldn't you have this? Sentient Meat Hook, making it way more convenient to have them all in one area for your blast radius. And finally, the Void items. 3 items that stand above the rest, at least when I want to choose them. Weaving Fungus, you're literally sprinting in air. You're just gonna heal while in air. Tentabobble, it's not like the greatest Void item, but if you want to keep them all in one location, making it easier to Market Garden, then you can use the Tentabobble. And Safer Spaces, but only if you have a 10 stack. Because waiting 8 seconds to rocket jump again, if you only have like 5 or below Tougher Times, then I wouldn't suggest picking up Safer Spaces. But above, yeah, I think it'll outrun that kind of thing. So, as a soldier, you have a huge amount of options to choose from, and you can either stick to the ground or take to the air. As a soldier, it's a huge risk versus reward kind of detail. you can sacrifice HP for speed, like how Rex sacrifices HP for damage. And most importantly, stay fast, stay precise, and make any boss regret not being the overloading worm. But yeah, that's the end of this video. If you want to see more, just tell me in the comments below. And it took a while to make this. I really wanted to fit more, such as how to deal with voids, safer spaces, but I feel like that's out of the scope of this video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Also, I'm gonna let this video play out until the end of the teleporter event. This was a really good first stage. I'm not gonna mention the other stages, but you know, this was really fun to do. Thanks for sticking around.